Phillies winter banquet. I'm St. Pigolas, spreader of Iron Pigs baseball cheer. Thank you for coming out tonight in support of Iron Pigs charity. And to kick off the program, I have a little poem I'd like to share with everyone. Oh, and just like my cousin St. Nick, I'll know if you guys fall asleep out there, alright? 'Twas the night of the banquet, when all through the park, not a creature was stirring, or was, very dark. But at the Sands Event Center, the tables were set with care, in hopes that the Phillies would soon be there. Ferris and Fifi were out of their beds, while visions of grant giving danced in their heads. They tweeted out to fans where they would be at, using the hashtag Phillies Banquet. Air Products was there enjoying the night. Lehigh Valley Health Network shared in the delight. Service Electric was all set to film the party, and Good Shepherd was there, refusing to be tardy. Everyone was there, for it's a night you don't want to miss, and they were ready to hear their host, Kurt Landis. The room was packed to everyone's delight. They all tell this was going to be a great night. There were many VIPs all the way from Philly, who battled the traffic and weather so chilly. More rapid than eagles, these baseballers came, and we whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Amaro, now Sandberg, now Profont and Nogarita, on McCarthy, on Revere, on Buchanan and Rupp. Now stop, come on, you break. Delicious. Back to the story. 22 nonprofits packed the room in a hurry, sitting down at their tables, but there was little work. For Iron Pigs Charity would be giving out a grant so each nonprofit could have their programs revamped. Thank you for coming to the banquet this year. We hope your night is exciting and full of cheer. It's time to start the show, so yell with delight. Happy banquet to all, and to all a good night. Oink, 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 oink. Have a great night, everyone. Let's send it down now to the Iron Pigs' own Prince of the Pun, Matt Province. Take it away, Matt.
Great, I gotta follow Santa Claus. I don't have any gifts. All right, on behalf of the entire Iron Pig staff, I'm Matt Province, and we do want to welcome you to what is the 8th annual Phillies Winter Banquet, and it's presented by Air Products Foundation, Lehigh Valley Health Network. Air Products Foundation is the presenting sponsor of Iron Pigs Charities. Also, Service Electric, Cable TV and Communications, and Good Shepherd Rehabilitation Network. It's such an honor. You look out here, and if you had my view, you see everything packed with people. It's another sellout. We're going to have, again, over 1,000 people here. And over the course of this event, we've raised $650,000 from the Phillies Winter Caravan for Iron Pigs Charities because of you guys. It really is an awesome collective effort. And again, the Iron Pigs and the Air Products Foundation is presenting sponsor of Iron Pigs Charities. Do want to thank you. Now, I don't have any Christmas presents, but I do come with more good news. Just 77 days away, opening day. Actually, with the Iron Pigs hosting the annual 222 Showcase, the exhibition game against the Reading Phillies, it's actually just 75 days till baseball at Coca-Cola Park. This mic can't be working. I said it's only 75 days till baseball at Coca-Cola Park. Which, in Philadelphia 76ers terms, means 2 wins away. Actually, true story. I asked a Sixers fan, I asked the only Sixers fan in the office, what do you do if you ever watch the Sixers win an NBA championship? And he said, I turn off my PlayStation 3. Why should we pick on the Sixers? They don't even have a website anymore. They can't string together 3 W's. We should pick on the Sixers. And we can't pick on the Indianapolis Colts because they're inflated. Enough about that. Let's talk some winners. We're going to have 4 opportunities tonight with your raffle bats to win some prizes, compliments of the Iron Pigs. And also new this year, after announcing 5 raffle back numbers, we're also going to announce the name of somebody who's going to win a prize. So our first winners, if you pull out your raffle bats, our first winners, number 6, number 148, 432, 640, and 763. And the first winner, via name, Luke DeBoer. I hope I'm saying that right. Luke DeBoer. And you can pick up your prizes out in the back. The raffle bat winners and for the names tonight. Congratulations, we'll have more winners as we move along. Now for fans who are here tonight and you're active on Twitter and Instagram, the Phillies do want to see your best selfies from tonight's event. So post your pictures on Twitter or Instagram using hashtag #BackInTown and tag @Phillies. And then we're going to go ahead and retweet all their favorite posts. Now for those of you who aren't, drop your Polaroid pictures off in the bin in the back that's marked Pony Express. And hopefully we'll get them before we come back. Alright, earlier this month the Pigs announced a new unique seating area at Coca-Cola Park, the Pig Pen. That's another creative vision of Iron Pigs General Manager Kurt Landis. Now I've been with the Pigs since the beginning, and Kurt's always been committed to enhancing the fan experience, to raising our brand.
I worked with him. He called in sick today. He didn't come to work.
In fact, 2 years ago, we brought a new gaming system, which got national exposure, if you will. But it was really to the betterment of a great cause, which was prostate cancer awareness. Last off-season, we added the bacon cap. Produced all kinds of national attention and became the #1 selling cap in all of minor league baseball. This year again, we have the Pig Pen. So without any further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce the Sultan of Swine, the Baron of Bacon, Your Hog Highness, Kurt Landis.
Matt, of all the introductions I've ever received, that one was the most recent. Go Iron Pigs! Come on, one more time. Go Iron Pigs! All right, it's great to have the Winter Banquet here because you know you're getting close to the baseball season, and I miss you folks. You know, you go in the baseball season, you see everyone every day at the ballpark, and then you go in the off season. It's 4 months of misery without seeing your best friends come over your house. And it's great to see everyone here tonight talking baseball and talking Iron Pigs. Thank you so much for being here. It truly warms myself and makes me feel fantastic that so many individuals are here tonight for the Iron Pigs, for Iron Pigs charities, and to talk about the great things we do in the community that we'll be highlighting tonight. Before we get started with dinner, I want to make sure I recognize a number of people that are here tonight, and we're very grateful and thankful for your presence. If you could hold your applause to the end so I can get to this entire list, I would appreciate it. First off, if you could we'll stand when I introduce you, stand and be recognized. We're graced tonight, I believe, I haven't seen him yet, but Charlie Dent, Congressman Charlie Dent.
I like Charlie.
Senator Pat Brown. Pat, is over here in the wing. State Representative Dan McNeil. State Representative Ryan McKenzie. State Representative Mike Schlossberg. We're joined here tonight by Lehigh County Executive Tom Mahler. By the way, if you see Tom tonight, ask him to show you his socks. You'll understand when you see his socks. They're not scratch and sniff, but they may smell like bacon. All right. We also have joined us tonight Lehigh County Commissioners Tom Creighton and David Jones. Also representing the office of Senator Lisa Blascola, Joe Kelly. From the office of Senator Bob Casey, Carol Abando Dursting. Office of State Representative Simmons, we have Dustin Raines. And from the office of Mayor Pulaski from Allentown, Ismail Arcelay. Ismail, I saw you earlier, I believe. Also here from the city of Allentown, we have council members Daryl Hendricks, Joe Davis, Jeanette Eichenwald, Julio Garudi, Cynthia Mota, Ray O'Connell, and Jeff Glazier. Representing Northampton County Councilwoman Peg Ferraro, we have Barry Stocker. We have a few other individuals I want to make sure I recognize here tonight. We have former state representative, all-around incredible person, Jennifer Mann.
I'm going to come back for that.
Jennifer, you're here tonight somewhere. Join us from the Lehigh Valley Chamber of Commerce. Another man that enjoys wearing his famously bright socks, Tony Iannelli. And we have Discover Lehigh Valley President Mike Stershik. And a man who really needs no introduction, who roams the concourse of Coca-Cola Park, Joe Brake, our naming rights partner. Joe, thank you. All right, now I'd like to thank our sponsors here this evening. Again, if you can hold your applause at the end, but at the end, we're going to give these folks a nice, huge, nice ovation for all the time, energy, support they give their dollars to Iron Pigs charities. And thank you for coming out tonight to support everything that we do in the community. We have our presenting sponsors, Air Products, Lehigh Valley Health Network, Service Electric, and Good Shepherd. Also, our all-star sponsors this evening, Beaver Tourways, Capital Blue Cross, Coca-Cola of the Lehigh Valley, The Morning Call, Nacy Printing, and the Sands Bethlehem Event Center, our fabulous host for this evening. Our Grand Slam partners, Highmark, the PPL Corporation, Richmar Florist, Troc Plumbing and Heating. Our championship table sponsors, Allentown Beverage, the Brogo family, Connoisseur Media, Diversified Lighting Associates, Enterprise, Joe's Battery and Tire, Just Born, thank you for the candy, by the way. The award-winning blog, lvnoisenation.com, NTX Wireless, and our home run partners, Pentel Data and TD Bank. Our triple sponsors, Bath Fitter, BSI Corporate, PPL Energy Plus, and WFMZ Channel 69. Our double partners tonight, Gilmore & Associates and Toyota. And to round it out tonight, our single sponsors, Adams Outdoor Advertising, Bucknell Lasicki, Land Search and Settlement, Mid-Atlantic Technology Professionals, Pennsylvania Foot and Ankle, and Zader Law Offices. Folks, put your hands together. Nice, loud round of applause to all of you for doing our support. I have one more introduction, and he's going to be up on stage later, but I want to make sure I point out to you tonight while I have the opportunity. We're very blessed. Matt mentioned tonight that we have the new Big Pen edition at the ballpark. We've done a lot of neat things over the years, adding on to the ballpark. We continually have the ability and the resources, thanks to the great support of our fans and clients, to reinvest. But all that really wouldn't be possible without the support of a couple of individuals, Joe Finley and Craig Stein. Joe Finley and Craig Stein, both are owners. Joe's here tonight. He'll be joining us on the head table a little bit. Joe, where are you at? He's hiding. But Joe and Craig give us the resources and the ability to make Coca-Cola Park an incredible ballpark year in, year out. And I know we're going to announce the guest here tonight from the Philadelphia Phillies, but we have a lot of guests here tonight from Philadelphia. If you're with the Phillies tonight, please stand, raise your arms. They do great work in Philadelphia in their front offices. Thanks, guys, for coming tonight. Maybe we'll see you a little bit.
Don't knock out my tune.
All right. You guys ready to meet our guests of honor? going into his 7th season as assistant general manager of the Philadelphia Phillies after stints in Baltimore, Tampa, Atlanta, and Pittsburgh. Let's welcome again assistant general manager Scott Profrock. Scott is, by the way, a certified public accountant, so if you cheer loud enough, he may stick around to help you with your taxes after the event. Maybe. All right, batting second, going into his 17th season as the assistant director of player development for the Phillies. This came after 16 years with the White Sox as a minor league player and as a member of the baseball operations staff. My pleasure to welcome Steve Novarita. I just learned last night that Steve has a better career winning percentage as a pitcher than Whitey Ford, Sandy Koufax, and Pedro Martinez, 15-5 under his belt during his playing days. And I don't know if we're going to see as much of Steve this summer as we have in the past because one of his younger sons, David, is playing now as a freshman for University of Hawaii. Woo! Dad, Parents' Weekend isn't 4 times a month. He also had a son who played basketball, member of the basketball team for Oklahoma, so good athletic blood in the Novarita household. All right, batting third, going into his 8th season as Phillies TV play-by-play voice after 5 initial seasons with the Phillies radio and then 2 with the New York Mets. Among various other assignments, he calls NFL football for Westwood One, including the AFC divisional playoff game between Denver and Indianapolis a couple of weeks ago. Tom McCarthy. Tom has racked up the awards. He's won an Emmy, and in 2013 he was the Sportscaster of the Year, as selected by the National Sportscasters and Sports Writers of America. So you can see him all over the place, including during your college basketball time coming up here following the football season. All right, batting cleanup, going into his 7th year as general manager of the Philadelphia Phillies. His teams hold an impressive combined record of 519 and 453, and he's constructed 3 NL East titles and an NL championship team. Also played for one for the Phillies as well back in 1993. Let's welcome Ruben Amaro Jr. Batting 5th, he's the winningest manager in Iron Pigs history. The first pig skipper ever to post a winning season and to win a postseason game. And now he's going into his 2nd full season as manager of the Philadelphia Phillies. Oh, and by the way, he's a member of the National Baseball Hall of Fame, one of just 306 enshrined, and one of just 211 Major League players enshrined. Let's welcome Ryan Sandberg. All right, batting 6th, the speedy outfielder led the National League with 184 hits a year ago, finished 3rd with 49 stolen bases, hit 306. The 2nd straight season he's been over 300 since being acquired by the Phillies from the Minnesota Twins back in December of 2012. Please welcome Ben Revere. Ben's still young. He's been in the majors for parts of 4 seasons, but he did have a couple of years in the International League using the Twins organization with Rochester, and even there holds a better than 300 average, 314 during his Red Wing days. And his father, John, just finished his 18th year as running backs coach at Eastern Kentucky University. So again, pretty good athletic club in that family as well. Batting 7th, this former Iron Pig only appeared in 52 games a year ago with Philadelphia because he had some times with injuries. Started with an oblique strain, got to Philadelphia, and eventually to Lehigh Valley, I should say, before wrist fracture running into the wall at Coca-Cola Park slowed him down a little bit in June. But still, in less than 400 career at-bats in the major leagues, he's got 20 home runs. That's better than one every 20 at-bats. Let's welcome outfielder Darren Ruff. Was forever immortalized in Reading when he hit 38 home runs back in 2012. That broke Ryan Howard's all-time franchise single-season record. And he may have been immortalized with the Iron Pigs this season on June 19th when we had the Darren Ruff Garden Gnome presented by Lehigh Valley Health. The Garden Gnome. Very good gnome. Now we know what he would look like if he ever played Abraham Lincoln in play. Batting eighth, this right-hander made an impressive major league debut last year with Philadelphia. He had 6 wins and a sub-4 ERA in 20 games there. Even won his debut in a start against the Dodgers back in Citizens Bank Park on May 24th. Now, prior to his time with the Phillies, he really established himself as a frontline guy for the Iron Pigs. 10-4. 3.56 ERA in 18 games with the Pigs, and from his IL debut to the time he made his Major League debut, no pitcher in the International League won more games. Let's welcome David Buchanan. David is really truly a perfect guy to have here at this event because the last couple of years he's been honored down in Philadelphia during their Step It Up Award program as a guy who's very influential in racking up community service hours, and so we were very fortunate to have him here for parts of 2 seasons, and the Phillies were very fortunate to have a guy with that big of a heart on their pitching staff. Now, it wouldn't be complete without another trio of guests up here. Now, in football, there's a saying that you're only as good, or everyone loves the backup quarterback. They always say the backup quarterback is the most popular guy on the team. Everybody loves the backup quarterback. Well, the guys that we have here are bringing a whole new meaning to role players, to bench warmers. First, we'll start with the president of the Lehigh Valley. Fifi is here. Fifi. And my wife's not here tonight. All right, the next guest is a very jealous first man of the Lehigh Valley. Very jealous because you'll know why in a moment when the third guest comes out. But he's still very popular, always #1 in our hearts. Let's bring out Ferris. I tell you what, the Lehigh Valley Health Network makes a real nice garden gnome. That thing survived. Rough Carolina. Ferris, we love Ferris. Who doesn't love Ferris? Even after the kickball incident there, Darren Ruff Garden Gnome still loves Ferris. But Ferris gets a little bit jealous because our next guest is the undisputed mascot champion of the world, the Philly Fanatic. Let's give another round of applause to Ferris, Fifi, and the full team. That's not distracting at all, Fifi. All right, no starting lineup is ever complete without a starting pitcher. And our all-star starter is important for us, and we want to express a whole lot of gratitude towards the Air Products Foundation. We'll bring out the starting pitcher in a minute. But the Air Products Foundation has been the sponsor of Iron Picks charity since the very beginning. And they've got the mission of providing the philanthropic contributions that improve the lives of people in our communities. And you go anywhere in the community, any event, and you always see the influence of Air Products, which, by the way, was again honored in 2014 by Corporate Responsibility magazine as one of the 100 best corporate citizens. Another round of applause for Air Products. I don't know where, they don't actually rank out the top 100, but you'd have more beef than Baylor or TCU if you were in the top 4 playing for a national championship. We certainly think a whole lot of Air Products and the Air Products Foundation. And to say a few words now, the ace of our staff, Air Products Manager for Community Relations and Philanthropy, let's bring in Lori Ghostly Hackett.
Thank you so much, Matt. We really appreciate it. As the presenting sponsor of the Iron Picks Charities, Air Products is so honored to be with you tonight. I know that I speak for all of Air Products employees. Well, technically I don't speak for all of them, because we do have 20,000 employees in over 50 countries, but I can confidently speak for the Air Products employees here in the Lehigh Valley and those that are with us tonight to let you know how pleased we are to be able to be the presenting sponsor for Iron Picks Charities. Some of the employees with us tonight that many of you work with include Tim Holt, John Dodds, and Lauren Graves. So on behalf of all the employees who are with us, and there's plenty more here tonight, please know how proud we are to work so closely with Kurt and the team at Iron Picks Charities to make a sustained and lasting difference here in the community. There were so many places that all of you could be tonight, and you chose to be here with us, celebrating Iron Picks Charities at this Phillies Winter Banquet. So thanks for your support tonight, and also importantly, thanks for your support throughout the year as you go out into the community and see the good work of Iron Picks Charities. Enjoy the event.
All right, fans, too, a reminder that if you're taking any selfies, remember to tweet them or Instagram your pictures using the hashtag @BackInTown and tag @Phillies. They're going to post up their favorites. Again, time for more winners. So get out your raffle bats. Okay, 111, 295, 498, 513, and 802. Again, 111, 295, 498, 513, and 802. And our name that will be... I had a black mark. I can change that. Chris Kyle. Chris Kyle. Congratulations to all of our winners, and again, the prizes can be picked up in the back. We also want to mention one special person too as well. We recognized the Phillies earlier, but we really, Iron Picks want to thank Michelle Harris. I think she's over there as well. Michelle is the manager of Phillies community and charity events and works really hard every year to put this thing together for us. So how about a round of applause for Michelle Harris and Iron Picks and a special Our dinner is about to be served. Now, we have a new twist this year. During dinner, here at the Sands Event Center, we were going to have aerial gymnastics entertainment. I didn't think that once, but we're going to have it. And it's provided by the very talented duo of Rachel and Jackie, and they're from the Philadelphia School of Circus Art. That's where I got waitlisted back in the day. WEIGHT. All right, well, enjoy the entertainment, enjoy the meal. We'll be back in about a half hour. Thank you. But 2014 for the Iron Pigs was a crazy year. For those of you who follow us on a regular basis, you probably realize that the team had a franchise record 168 transactions, while promoting 20 players to Philadelphia, including two key members that share the stage here today, David Buchanan and Darren Ruff. In Unedited, the North Division, where the Iron Pigs play, 4 of the best 5 teams in the 14-team International League were in the North Division. Somehow, still though, Dave Brundage, who was the Iron Pigs' second-year skipper, was able to keep the team involved. In fact, the Iron Pigs were still in a pennant race all the way through the month of July. And through it all, a lot of positives. Iron Pigs brought home the Iron Rail Trophy, beating Scranton Wilkes-Barre in the season series 10-6. Yes, the Iron Pigs defeated the Rail Riders to bring home the coveted Iron Rail. We also witnessed 5 walk-off victories in 2014. We saw the growth of super prospect Michael Franco, who had a terrific end to his season before finding his way to Philadelphia for the first time. And we also had former Major League All-Stars Grady Sizemore and Jason Marquis participate for the Iron Pigs. So on the field, a lot to be excited about. Off the field, 614,888 fans came through the gates at Coca-Cola Park. Many of you who are here tonight participated in that number. Give yourself a round of applause. By getting over that 600,000 threshold, the Iron Pigs are the only team since Lehigh Valley's franchise beginning to crack 600,000 each of the 7 years, again, since the Iron Pigs entered back in 2008. Again, in large part because of the folks out in front of us up here on the stage tonight. So thank you. To kind of get a little bit of a trip down memory lane, we have a special video tonight. So if you turn your attention to the video boards, we're going to look at the Iron Pigs 2014 season review.
Sorry, I don't want to get in front of the camera. Oh. Again. I passed by. Sorry, we started. I didn't know about it. Some more raffle map winners. Now, I do apologize if there are some repeats. We're going to add the unclaimed prizes back into rotation. So a chance for those people who already purchased the bats, as our records indicate they were purchased. So the next set of winners with the raffle bats, if you pull them out right now, you're the winner. The numbers are 6, 348, 309, 232, back there, 232, 598, 584, 621, and 857. So again, 6, 348, 309, 232, 598, 584, 621, and 857. Alright, you all know that we are here for the great reason of Iron Pigs charity raising money and to honor this year's grant recipients. So to take the controls back here to Mike, I bring back the Prince of Pigs, the Secretary of Style, the Court Minister himself, Kurt Lance.
All right, everybody, how's it going tonight? How's your dinner? All right, how about those aerial gymnast comics? Is that pretty cool? Yeah. All right, this is a fun night. The fun part, of course, for me is to start talking about Iron Pigs Charities and the great work that we do in the community. We've been very blessed over 7 years, as Matt said, it's over 600,000 fans strolling into Coca-Cola Park every year, and that puts us #1 in the nation. And we're very proud, and we're very fortunate and lucky. But what I don't get to mention enough sometimes the people behind that 600,000 fans, and that's our staff. If all of my Iron Pig staff members are here, I think we have some on the wings, some already down here in front of us. Everyone could please stand if you're with the Iron Pigs front office staff, and join me in giving these folks a nice round of applause. Specifically, there was a couple individuals that really took on tonight's event. Dana DeFilippo, our relatively new Community Relations Director. Dana and Hannah and Sheila. And this around here also Community Relations did a great job putting tonight together. Well, as I was starting to say, Iron Pigs Charity is very important. And ever since we started and came to Lehigh Valley in 2008, we always knew that we didn't just want to be an entertaining baseball team, but we knew that the community was very important to us. And since the beginning, in 2008, we started the Winter Banquet, and we started Iron Pigs Charities. That foundation is now raised between tonight's event and past Winter Banquets, as well as through other charitable events we've done. Specifically, that amount raised is now up to $740,000 in cash grants. It gets better. It gets better. Iron Pigs Charity is a separate organization from the Iron Pigs. The Iron Pigs also have given out cash grants and donations of product and time throughout the last 7 years. If I add together all the cash grants that we have given the nonprofit organizations from Iron Pigs Charities and from the Iron Pigs organization, that total now is $1.1 million. $1.1 million, folks. I'm humbled and blessed to be the one up here giving those numbers, but really a tribute to our staff that continues to do a great job in promoting the ballpark, our ownership, Joe Philly, Craig Stein, as I mentioned before, our relationship with the Phillies. So many great things have come together in a very positive way, and it's that energy and excitement that allows us to do some great things in the community. Iron Pigs Charities Board of Directors are here tonight. Most of them are here tonight. I'm going to recognize these individuals and ask them to stand. And please stand until the very end. We'll give you a nice round of applause. This group of directors comes together at least four times each year to talk about Iron Pigs Charities and Board of Directors and how to best spend the grant dollars. We'd like to introduce these individuals right now and thank them for their leadership on the Board of Directors. Ann Baum, Joe Brake, Jim Fair, Frank Nacy, Vern Anderson, Susan Hoffman, Lori Ghostly Hackett, Tim Holt, Andy Himmelwright, Kurt Koch, Howard Sharp, Lindsay Nutt, Ron Rushi, and Dana DeFilippo. Folks, give these individuals a nice round of applause. They do a tremendous job of providing feedback and a lot of help, and our staff planning many events besides tonight, our 5K charity run. We also raise money throughout the entire year for many number of events, and they do a great job providing that feedback and support. Thank you very much. At this time, before we get ready, I have one more thing I want to do before we bring out the grant award winners. I have in front of me, I believe there's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12? 11, 12? These individuals each have a sign in their hand, and even though I've given you some great numbers tonight as far as overall cash grants we've given out to Lehigh Valley nonprofits since 2008, they represent, each one of them, a number and a total value that shows what we're actually giving away tonight, and I have the checks right here. Actually, what we're giving away tonight to these nonprofit organizations. So, I need your loud support and applause and excitement. They're only going to start to reveal their numbers the louder it gets. So, we're going to start here at the very end. Chris, right? You have the last digit, the first digit as it were. All right? We're going to show you the exact amount of money that we're giving away specifically tonight at the banquet, but you gotta get some nice round of applause, and you gotta have that nice, loud, strong applause for them to continue to build these numbers. So let's start off. Chris, let's hear him build for you. What's our first number? Come on, folks, louder, louder. What do you think that number is? Come on, louder. What's that number? All right, hey. Nice job, nice job. That represents the highest total you've ever given out for this winter banquet. We're very proud. Nice job, guys. Thank you so much. I now like to reintroduce someone that really needs no reintroduction to the Lehigh Valley community, but Lori Ghostly Hackett has done such a tremendous job as really a colleague of mine who's always been available to help provide guidance to our organization, to Iron Peaks Charities. Every time we have a question about how should we do something, or what's your thoughts, or how can we really grow what we're doing, and I really appreciate what she means, not only to Iron Peaks Charities, but to the entire community. Everyone here, if you know her or not, I mean, she's won so many awards. I wish I had another plaque or trophy or something. There'd just be one in her closet of many, many items. But the Greater Lehigh Valley Chamber Volunteer of the Year, an Athena Award winner, a Girl Scouts Take the Lead honoree, and Lori, I didn't have enough time on Google to find all the awards that you've won. But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Iron Peaks Charities Board of Directors member and representing Air Products Foundation, Lori Ghostly Hackett. Welcome.
Thanks so much, and hi everybody. As we begin now the part of the program where we're going to share grant recipients. Well, I wanted to mention one thing to you, and it's everybody's place you found a snowflake tonight. And this is something that we did this year. You're about to meet the 22 charities that Iron Peaks Charities is supported. And we asked each of the charities, the boys and girls who are involved in the charities, to make 20 snowflakes to help celebrate the Phillies Winter Banquet. So that's what you'll find in each of your places. And we encourage you to take those home. As a reminder, each of them are signed, knowing that the students, the boys and girls that we helped tonight through Iron Peaks Charities, each made one of those for all of them. So with that, we'll get started with each of these. Each of our grant recipients to present. The first grant recipient is the Allentown School District Foundation, and Jonathan Bermudez, who is an Allentown School District student, is accepting the grant. This support is for the Allentown Drive program, which is an intra-district middle school baseball program. All 4 middle schools in Allentown participate. There's a spring baseball season, as well as an all-city team that will play through the summer. So Allentown School District is our first recipient. Our next recipient we're so pleased about is the Boy Scouts of America Quincy Trails Council. And Rick Frist, the Assistant Scout Executive, is accepting the contribution tonight. This is to support the Urban Scouting program. Urban Scouting is an after-school scouting outreach effort. It helps disadvantaged youth with character building and leadership development, otherwise might not have a chance to participate in Boy Scouts. Accepting the contribution tonight is Miguel Rivera. Miguel is the annual fund and special events manager for the Boys and Girls Club. This is for their triple play program at the 6th Street Clubhouse. Kids participate in 3 elements of this program, which includes activities for the mind, body, and soul. And our next recipient is the Boys and Girls Club of Bethlehem. Certainly as the Chief Professional Officer. This is also for their Triple Play program. It's an exciting program for kids in the Bethlehem Club that helps them become active, stay healthy, and learn new ways to handle stress and build positive relationships. Our next recipient is the Boys and Girls Club of Easton. tonight is the Center for Vision Loss. And we're so pleased that Doug Euclid, the executive director, is with us, along with Rita Lang. And Rita is the manager of the Camp I Can program. This support will go to Camp I Can, which is a program for kids ages 7 to 13 who are blind or visually impaired. And kids have appropriate recreational activities, and it also helps to celebrate their independence. So the Center for Vision Loss. And our next winner we see every year, and we're so excited about the Iron Pigs Charities partnership, is Community Bike Works. Joining us from Community Bike Works is Kim Schaefer, the executive director, and this is to support the flagship Earn a Bike program. Kids learn about bike safety and mechanics while also developing life skills. And the result, each of the students gets to take home a refurbished bike and a helmet. And accepting the contributions is J Radio, is a volunteer extraordinaire and also financial secretary. This support will go to athletic field improvement. The fields are used so much for the youth center, and it needs an annual treatment plan. So this will help to maintain baseball infield, field facilities, and help in turf management. Denise Simon is the Secretary-Treasurer here to represent the Eastside Memorial League. And this is for ongoing field improvements. Last year, the Iron Pigs staff helped to renovate the field for their volunteer hours, and now they need to repair the backstop and purchase some equipment to maintain the field. I'm so excited about this opportunity. The funds will help to purchase new wrestling equipment, which is much needed in this very popular club. And their motto, they're not here, but their motto is to build a better human.
Any regular coffee here?
So congratulations to the Eastern Police Athletic League. Probably out wrestling. The next winner is the Friends of the Allentown Parks, and we're thrilled that Robert Donatelli is here, who's the president of the board of directors. This program will support 2 softball teams for girls ages 8 to 14, and this recreation program is wonderful because it will take advantage of the beautiful parks in Allentown. Our next award recipients are the Girl Scouts of Eastern PA, and we're so excited that our Girl Scouts are with us. Natalia Cordova is with us, Jesselyn Cruz, Yamira Cruz, and Vida Jimenez is with us, all Girl Scouts. This will help to fund a troop program, and it gives girls from Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton a chance to join the troops. And the girls can participate after school and in the summer. Next award winner tonight is the first year for us at Iron Pigs Charities being involved is the Lehigh Valley Center for Independent Living. Amy Beck, the executive director, is with us. And this grant will support the first ever Lehigh Valley wheelchair basketball clinic. It's the first clinic in our region, and it will teach youth with disabilities the fundamentals of basketball and introduce many youth to the world of adaptive sports. Our next winner is the Lower Pasunji Athletic Program, and Scott Akila, the president, is with us. This will help to support the West Coastville Park softball renovation. There are 2 softball fields that need to work, and they'll be installed with new infield, batting cages, and some weapon fence. Our next recipient is Michaela's Voice. We've partnered with them for a few years as well. We're so excited that Kim Resch, the founder, is with us, and also Adam Crone, who helped create the snowflakes for Michaela's Voice.
7 years too late.
Michaela's Voice supports the Try for Inclusion event, and this is the first ever inclusive youth triathlon in the Lehigh Valley. They developed this to encourage and develop kids of all abilities And it helps kids teach them how to incorporate those activities into their lifestyles so they can continue to be physically active through business. Our next recipient will be Ellen Hillary from Sacred Heart Hospital, and accepting is Holly Ettinger from Sacred Heart. This is their Healthy Kids Back to School event. It's a great event for students in the Allentown School District. They receive a backpack full of school supplies. It's an event in August, and there's many activities on this day: exercise, healthy eating, and games. Again, to get the kids ready to go back to school. Our next recipient is Wildlands Conservancy. It's Chris Sponsor, the president of Wildlands. This program supports their adventure camp, which has been going on for a few years. And this is an outdoor educational hands-on experience for city youth. It emphasizes health, fun, and inspiration to encourage future environmental stewardship. It's a week-long adventure camp that includes hiking on the Appalachian Trail, Wildlands bike and boat trips, rock climbing, fishing, and fly casting. So that's Wildlands Conservancy. Our next recipient this year of an Iron Fix Charities grant is the YMCA of Bethlehem. And joining us is Chris Brown, the executive director. This program will support their preschool swim program. They are starting a Learn to Swim program for 3 and 4-year-olds. So kids in need will have the chance to learn how to swim, which is certainly a lifelong YMCA of Bethlehem. Our next recipient is the YMCA East and Phillipsburg and vicinity. Lori Metz's Fitness was the branch director. And this grant will support the summer youth basketball league. It targets boys and girls ages 8 to 18. And through this program, it's great happier kids and communities. Mike Kennedy. Youth education in New York. David Kennedy is with us. Donor Forms Relations of Education. This will support the and scholarship will be available for students in the program. It's a comprehensive dance education program. And David performs a variety of events around the Lehigh Valley.
Question and answer cards to go on.
Celebrate these 22 young people making a real difference in the world. Let's give them all a round.
Of course. Quiet.
We have a chance for more winners with the raffle bats. Raffle bats are some great numbers. 83, 227, 365, 376, 538, 691, and 563. Now, last time I didn't pull names, so now we're going to have 2 names here that we're going to pull out of the fishbowl. And the first name is Kevin Benton. Kevin Benton. And the second name is Steve Portner. Steve Portner. Prizes can be picked up on the back of the line. All right, well, now and again, it's on the television where Doug Heater is my game show partner. He's telling me, Matt, slow down. Or I'll be on the radio or the text from the Nacy saying, listen to the broadcast, you're going too fast, slow down. Have you ever heard the next guest talk? I mean, this guy can run his mouth just as fast as Miller Beer tracking down a fly ball in the gap. That's probably what he's doing now, as we speak. But anyway, it's my pleasure for the live auction part of our program to bring up Mr. Jim Donna from Donna Auction Company Incorporated in Nazareth. Jim, here it is.
Thank you very much, and it's nice to be back here again today. of the Iron Pig for the Phillies, whether you're from Pittsburgh, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, whatever, we're glad to have you here. This is our live auction portion of the event. There are 3 items that are listed in your catalog, and hopefully if you struck out in the silent auction, we got 3 more strikes left for you, okay? First item, if you follow along in your catalog, is the Breakfast for 4 with the Philly Fanatic. The weekend date to be announced in November or December of 2015. And it's at the Diamond Club at the Citizens Bank Park, appearance by the Philadelphia Fanatic, photo opportunities, kid-friendly entertainment, and a gift bag for each attendee. It's a great event. My nephew was down there one time, and it's a great event that they put on down there. $200 to start them off. How about 200? 200 over here. I don't see you. Try and get your hands up here. 200 I have over here. I'll try and get you all in. I don't want to miss anyone. 200 to start now. 200 order. 200 in. You're going to go 225. I'm at 200 now. 25. $200 in. You're going to go 25. I'm at only go 200. Oh, she's waving back there. Did you see that hand? She doesn't know it, but she's at table 26. 200 God. Now 25. You saw it too. 200 in. You're going to go 25. I'm at 200 up to you. Is that a bid, sir? Or are you waving as well? He's waving as well. 200 bid. You're going to go 225. I'm at 200. You're going to go 225. Anytime you get that hand up over your shoulders, it's a bid to bid. 200 now 25. I'm only got 200 bid. Now 25. I'm done money by that. I got 200 bid. You're going to go 225. 200 bid. Now 25. I'm only at 200. Now 25. $200 bid. 225. Anyone else at 225? 200 bid. You're going to go 25 at 200 bid. You hold on at 200. You're going to go 25. Bids over here. We'll sell it out for 200. Man, you're the lucky lady today. Item number 2 is the manager for a day. Manage the Iron Pigs during the exhibition game on April the 7th, 2015 against the Reading Fighting Phils. Experience the life of a real-life coach by actually living it. You'll look the part in your very own uniform and manage the Iron Pig from the dugout during the exhibition game. Bring your lineup card to the umpire pre-game. 4 tickets are included for your family to cheer you on from the crowd. 500 to start them off. We got 500 where? How about 500? 500 where? That's what they asked them to start. How about 500 where? We got 500. 500 down the back. 500 quarter. 500 in. You got 500 quarter. 500 now. 525. $500 bid. You got 525 anyway. You got 500 in. Now 525. Somebody got 500. Anybody 25. How about 500? Now 25. How about contain the 12? So this electric bill. 500. Now 29. You got 500. Now 25. 500 bid. You got 25. I only got 500. Now you got 525. Put your hands up there. Stand up if I missed you. I only got 500. Now 25. 500 bid. You got 525. I got 500 bid. Now 525. 500. 525. 500 bid. Now 500 bid. 500 bid. You got 525. 525. 525 over here. 550 down the back. Look at 550. 525 is over here. 550 down the back. 550 now. I got 525. Up at 550. 525. How about 550 now? I got 525. What's 550? Right over there. 575 now. 575. Didn't cost you anything yet. 575. 550 bid. They're talking over. 575. 575. 550 bid. How about 575 now? I got 550. Anyone else? $550. You got 575 where? 575. 600 down the back now. 600. 575. How about 600 down the bid now? 600. 575. How about 600 bid? Well worth the money at 575. 600. 625. How about 625 over here? 625. Pull the table. Pull the money from the table. 625. 625. 650 down the back now. How about $650? 625, how about 650 down the back? I got 625, now about 650. Anyone else at 625? Now about 650, I got 625. That's 625 now. 650 at 625, now about $650. 650, just in time, 675. 675. The needle number again. 675, how about 700 now? 700. 700, we're back in 725. How about 725? Look at 725. 725. It's only money, fellas. 725. I got 700 now. 725. 725. Get out 725. Now I got 700. How about 25? Yes or no? We got to go. 7 o'clock. 725. 750. How about 750? 750. And all you always tell you when it gets too high. 725, 750. Get her up here. I gotta go. 725. How about 750? I got 725. Now to 70 to 725. Now 750. Yes or no? Anyone else? 725. You're all done. 750. Anyone else? 750. 750. Making me work like heck. 775 now. How about 775? Gonna go 775 over here. 775 Bella. 775. Then I got 750. Gonna go 775. Ain't thought she was on yet. 775. 800 now. 800. How about 800 down the back? 775 at 800. I got a 775. How about 800? You and about 800 down the back. That's 775. Anyone else? 775 now at 800. 800, baby. You're going to go 800. 775 now at 800. What about 800? What about 800? Last call. What about 800? 800. 8 and a quarter. I feel like a dentist. 8 and a quarter. 825. 825 now. How about 825 over here? 825. That'll do it, I think. 825. No, 825. 825. 820. What's the pot going like that for? 825. I got 800. You're going to go 825. 825 over here. How about 825? 825. 850 down the back now. Real quick. $850. 875. They pulled me. 875. We've got time. 875 now. How about 875? 875. How about 875? We're shot at 875. 875. I said, why not? I saw it. 900 now. 900. 900 down the back of the 875. Down to the 900. 875. Anyone else? 900. We did 9 and a quarter. Go to 925. Go to 925. How about 925 now? 925. 950 down the back. 950. And how about 950? 950 where? 950. They're edging it on now. 950. 950. How about 975? 975 now. 975. So you get your picture taken. 975. 950. Getting to 975. 75. From the 975, you might be on the news tonight. 975. 1,000 in your money. Down where? $1,000. 1,000 in your money now. You go 1,000. Everybody, you go 1,000 in the back. Anyone else says 1,000? 1,000. Then how about 1050 now? 1050. We're going 50s now. 1050. 1050. Then how about 1050? 1050. Now the bid 1050. Got the okay. Now 1,100. Now 1,100. Now the back to 1,100. I was in. I was doing it. 1,100 now. 1,100. 1050. Go 1,100, sir. See what we got? 1,100. 1,100. 1,150. 1150. This is a time program, you know. 1150. 1150. 1200. 1200. Down the back to the 1200. Here we go. 1200. 1200. Man, how about 1200? You go to the 1200. 1200. Here we go. 1200. Let's go. 1200. 1150. Now with 1200. Here we go. 1200. How about 1150? Yes or no? 1150. Now with 12. How about 1150? Now with 12. 1150. What is the 12? Yes or no? Can't see it. We're going to go 1200. 1200. Last call. 1200. 1150, 1200. Sold right over here, $1,150. Thank you. Okay, we got one more fastball, one more strike. Here we go. Opening day experience. This is super. Experience. Opening day like never before. Invite 60 of your closest friends and your auctioneer and friends and family to watch the game from under your pen, data. Private party porches with access to the coordinated health club, level bar, and lounge. Or you can eat buffet, unlimited soft drinks to the middle of the 8th inning. The gift includes 10 parking passes and a ceremonial first pitch to start warming up. We don't have to blow that on. All right. Starting bid on this is $750. How about $750 where? You're going to say do it for the $750. $750 bid. How about the $750? How about $750? And I got $750. $800 now. I got $750 bid now. $800. $750 bid over here now. But $800 bid. I got $750 now. But $800. Now we got $750 now. But $800. $750 bid. We're doing $800 now. But $750 now. But $800. $750. $800 now. But center field. Thank you. 8.5 over here. 8.5. 8.5. 800. 8.5. 900 now. Where do you go? 900. 900 now here. I got 850 now. Got 900. 800. 900. The package is worth $1,800. 850. 900. No money for this one. I got 850 now. 900. Now we go. 950. 950 over here, sir. 950. 1250, I'm at 1200, 1250. 1200, bid 1250, I'm only bid 1200, 1250. Anyone else? 1250 is there. 1300 down the back now. 1300 standing. 13, 13 and a half. 13 and a half, sir. 13 and a half. You're outbid by a young lady. 1350. 1400, man. 1400. 1400. Don't let me get away with it. 14 and a half. 14 and a half, sir. 14 and a half. It's only money. 14 and a half. 1400 getting up 14 and a half. 14 and a half. Is there anyone else? Anyone else? 14 and you go 1450, sir. Yes, sir. Come on, sir. 1450. 1400 and you go 1450. 1450. 1500. 1500. 15 and a half. 1600. 1600. 1600. He's down. He's done down here, man. 1550. 1600. 1600. Give me 1600. 15. 15 out of 1600. 15. 15 out. That was 16. You all done at 15. 1600. 1600. Anyone else? So, 1550. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much. Always a pleasure to be here. I also want to remind you, give me a little tip for the Lehigh Valley Fan Club. I'll be there on Saturday night. We'll be auctioning. You must have a ticket for the game. Tickets are sold out, so maybe you can go with friends or you can buy them online, whatever. But we will be auctioning game used jerseys after the game at 10 o'clock, and they'll be signed by the players. So I hope to see you there. Thank you.
It's a great job by Jim Donna. Everybody, that's hard work. I can never even emulate anything to that effect. Never let around the boss, Mr. Jim Donna. Our next guest, as we talk about, probably could run for office at Coca-Cola Park, probably appropriate since he is the vice president and general manager for Coca-Cola Company Bottling of the Lehigh Valley, and one of our favorite names of all time, Joe Brennan.
Thank you again for coming tonight. Thank you again for the last 7 years for all the support you've given. It's been a real treat, and the Iron Pigs have done such a great job that every time you walk into Coca-Cola Park, no matter how bad a day you have, they make you walk out of that stadium feeling real good about yourself. They had so many things to do. They care about the customer. As soon as you walk through that gate to the time that you come back out. There's one person, you know, Kirk does it day in and day out, but this guy snuck in here tonight. I don't want y'all to see him. He's up on stage. He's probably going to get mad at me for introducing him. But he snuck in after all the announcements. I want you to see him because his support makes Kirk's job, gives him the support to do this every night. So, Mr. Joe Finley's over here. We at Coca-Cola entered in a 10-year agreement 8 years ago on March 7, 2007. And the reason we did that was to be able to make an impact on our community. I got to tell you, I never thought that it would end up the way it has. The job that the Iron Pigs have done, the players, Fifi, Ferris, I mean, it's been a blast. And because of that, we signed an agreement tonight, a handshake with Mr. Finley. We are now going to extend our naming rights at Coca-Cola Park for the next 10 years. to listen to you with your support tonight. And, we got 12 more years on this contract now, and I can't tell you how proud we are as a company to have that name up there. So have a great night. Listen to the ball players. And, go big, go.
That's certainly great news. Nothing can cheer you up during a bad work day before a baseball game than seeing Joe and his lovely wife, Mary Pat, walk up through the club level, through the radio booth and TV booths. Special people, and it makes a special place even better. So this is great news, and thank you so much for everything you do for the team and for us individually. All right, back to baseball, and the main event features, of course, our favorite team in town, the Philadelphia Phillies at the Major League level. Let's turn your attention to the video screen. We have a special video presentation for you. As I alluded to earlier, Tom McCarthy is as accomplished a sportscaster as you will find in the business. Not only the voice of the Phillies, but a guy that does play-by-play on both television and radio for the NFL. He does college football and basketball on CBS and Fox. Truly amazing he had time out of his schedule. I learned today he also coaches a couple of rec basketball teams this time of year. But we're very fortunate to have him, the Phillies, fortunate to have him as their voice. Again, my honor to introduce to you, Tommy Mack, Tom McCarthy.
Thank you, Matt. And thank you, everybody, for having us out here again. This is an unbelievable event, not only to see the money that was given out for the charities, but also for the turnout overall. My goodness, this is really impressive. So thank you all for coming out. You should give yourselves a nice round of applause. It's always exciting to be at these different dinners. I mean, can't go wrong with this one. I mean, everybody loves bacon. I love Diet Coke, so this is a great deal the next 12 years. All two of my favorite things of all time, plus baseball. And we as the Phillies organization love the opportunity to come out on a yearly basis, and even throughout the baseball season, to the different affiliates that we have around the area. We are so fortunate to have all of our affiliates, except for Clearwater, in the general area, between Lakewood, Reading, Lehigh Valley, Williamsport. It's incredible to have all of that at our disposal, because we not only have built-in fans, but we have fans for life throughout the organization. So thank you very much for all of your support. This has been a very interesting offseason, as you all know, after a very interesting regular season in 2014. Moving forward, obviously the product on the field is always the big topic of conversation. So we've been out at different events over the last several weeks, and Ruben has been talking throughout the offseason about the plan for the 2015 Philadelphia Phillies. And you see a couple of the guys that are up here tonight that are part of the plan for the 2015 Philadelphia Phillies and beyond. So we're going to get our program started. We're going to first talk about the players that potentially could be here in Lehigh Valley. So please welcome the Assistant Director of Minor League Operations, Mr. Steve Novarino. And before we ask Steve a couple of questions, I know he wants to say a few words, but we also have to acknowledge, right, Steve, the architects. That's what we like to call them around the office. At least that's what I was told today. I didn't know this until today. But the architects, Phillies Assistant General Manager Scott Profrock. Everybody stand up and give him a nice round of applause, please. All right, Steve Novarino, take it away.
First of all, we're going to be entering our 8th season. What a great place to come to every year. Through 7 years, 600,000 fans, sponsorship, Joe, the announcement today, unbelievable. For our young players to come through here on their step to the big leagues, we can't ask for more. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, Steve, I know that there's a lot of folks that are wondering about the potential players that will be here in Lehigh Valley. Let's talk about guys that they may have seen before that may have a chance to come back here again, like left-hander Adam Morgan. I know he's coming back from arm trouble, and the potential of him coming back here again this year.
I'm pretty excited about Adam. He's been on the disabled list for about a year and a half. Very bright future with him. Anytime you have that type of player, we're not sure yet because of where he's coming from, the injury. You have a chance to pitch in the Arizona Fall League, and the offseason has been very good for him. So we're pretty excited to maybe give him a little more arsenal in that starting rotation.
Another guy that you and I have talked about today, and I know the fans here are familiar with him if they follow the Phillies organization, is Aaron Altair and the kind of offseason that he's had preparing for 2015.
I'm excited about Aaron. A guy that defensively in the outfield can play with the best of them in center field. But he went out and had a good winter ball in Venezuela, which, you know, this time in day and age is very difficult. The fans are really tough, but he went out and had a great year in winter ball. So we're excited to see him come into spring training and you know, he can get himself back and ready to go for this year.
Well, just so you know, Steve will be around a lot this coming season, so if you have any questions at all, please feel free to stop down at his seat, and he'll be glad to answer any questions at all about the players that are on the field and the potential players that'll be here in the Unedited. Steve, thank you, buddy. We are going to get a chance to ask Steve some questions a little later on as well. We've got a number of questions from the studio audience as well, which we always like to get the audience involved in these Q&As. Our next guest, as we said, has been going through the circuit this past offseason. I know a lot of people want to hear from him about the potential for 2015. Please welcome the Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Phillies, Ruben Amaro.
I just want to echo some of the things that Steve said. It's very gratifying. It's pretty special. I got a chance to play in the minor leagues as a young player, and young men, particularly Darren and David, if they know exactly what it is to have the kind of support that they get from the communities that they have here, particularly here in Lehigh Valley. This is, arguably, with all due respect to Reading and the Lakewood franchises, this may very well be the greatest minor league franchise in all of baseball, and that is something very, very special. Particularly in the time when we are rebuilding, I mean, it's very, very important for us to be able to create an atmosphere where our players are feeling like they're playing as close to the big leagues as possible. I know that this has become a tremendous baseball town and a great sports town, not that far from Philadelphia, and so for our players to be able to play in this type of atmosphere, in this type of venue that the people from Coca-Cola, Joe Finley, and others have developed, it's very, very special. We're very fortunate, and we hope to be here for a very, very long time as part of it with the Philadelphia Phillies. So we thank you for your support. We thank you for the things that you do for our players and our staff members, and we certainly do appreciate, again, the support that you give us.
All right, Ruben, we'll have some questions for you in just a little bit. If you want to take your seat, we'll get back to you in just a second. Ruben Navarro Jr., everybody. We're going to hold off and bring the all-time winningest manager in Iron Pigs history up at the end, but we're going to start with some of the players who are up here today. They've done a tremendous job going through the circuit over the last couple of weeks and even the last couple of years. So let's start things off with right-hander David Buchanan. David, come on up. David, you can use the microphone right there. My first question is, what has this off-season, aside from your trip to Mexico, been like for you preparing for 2015?
It's been great. Just a lot of working out, trying to get ready physically. I spent a lot of time going over film as well, just to kind of get better minimum. Studying different games, different scenarios that I encountered throughout the 14 season in the big leagues. Just trying to learn from mistakes that I made to nip those in the bud, not make them again. So just trying to learn from things I did and get better heading into spring training.
What is this offseason compared to last offseason? Because you weren't a big league pitcher last offseason, but now you have a chance to be a big league pitcher from the beginning of the year. What's that been like preparing for that?
It's humbling, but that's something that obviously I don't take for granted. I know going into this offseason, I wasn't comfortable. If anything, I was more hungry than ever. Wanted to go into spring training and earn a spot. Last year, I wanted to make my debut any way I could, obviously. I wanted to be a big league pitcher, but I never wanted to be at somebody else's expense. Obviously, a great pitcher like Cliff Lee. But my goal this offseason was to get myself prepared physically and mentally to go into spring training and earn a spot. Not because somebody got hurt, but just because I proved myself enough to where they want me in the rotation.
I mentioned that you had spent some time in Mexico. You were part of the Fancation, the Philly Fancation in Mexico, which was a great event, as it always is. And David was there, Justin DeFreitas was there. Who is the better singer? Is it you or Justin? Can we find that out as far as singing?
I don't even think that's a question. I mean, come on.
It wasn't rhetorical. It wasn't rhetorical. So it is you.
Oh, by far.
I assumed it was. You have a little more of the southern twang to your singing, so.
I'll try.
Yeah. David Buchanan, everybody. Our next guest is, as we all know, a very popular player here in Lehigh Valley. Please welcome Darren Ruff. All right, Darren, so last year you were playing winter ball in the off-season. How is it different this off-season, getting ready for the season?
I spent a lot of time, after last year dealing with a few injuries, things like that, doing some more injury prevention type activities, focusing more on mobility, things like that, to where, I can stay on the field, stay healthy, and perform at a high level.
Last night you were part of Comcast Shining Star event. That must have been a humbling experience. There's a young lady who we met this past baseball season. She sort of was attached to you as you are her favorite player. What was that like, and what is it like to be part of, let's say, a community like this, a community in Philadelphia, a community in Reading when you're a player in the organization?
Sure, yeah, no, speaking to last night, it was an amazing evening. Got to do the CSN Shining Stars for the marching dimes. There were 5, beautiful children there that have, dealt with a lot throughout their young life so far. So just to be in attendance for that was such an honor. Speaking to being able to play in communities of Lehigh and Reading, and it's very special to get to make some of the relationships we do with the fans. It's a little bit harder in Philly because they're it's a little bit bigger and things like that. Here it's a little more personal, and it's an awesome experience as a player.
I know that for you have to prepare for being an outfielder, being a first baseman. How much does that change your preparation in the offseason? You're preparing to do 3 things: hit, play 2 different positions as far as the outfield and first baseman.
So I like to take my off seasons and not necessarily focus on what position I might play that year. I just like to try to get more athletic, stronger, things that will make me better a baseball player overall, no matter if it's at first base or outfield or whatever.
That's amazing. That's what I try to do too. Become more athletic, stronger.
Yeah, and my body doesn't change at all. I just try to do those things. So.
talking about doing a great job these last few days at these different events. We were at a luncheon together. He's really grown into the role of being in front of the microphone. In fact, a few years, I didn't mean anything by that. I just meant Darren is taller. No, I just meant, all right, I should have had Ben first, and then, it's my fault. It's my fault. I apologize. Ben Revere, everybody. All right, so Ben, you've gotten taller since last year.
6'3", baby.
All right, so besides preparing for baseball, I know you're a new homeowner. Have you been able to, over the last 4 hours since we saw each other, gotten rid of the raccoon that's in your basement or in your attic?
Well, after the season, I had ankle surgery, get the 2 screws out of my ankle. So I went home, settled in, moved everything in. I started first having ghosts, you know the Paranormal Activities movies? I started having those, like creepy noises. I was in a boot, so I had nowhere to run. So I was like, Jesus, take the wheel. So I had no idea what to do. Then now everything, all that settled, and I got a little raccoon something in my attic scratching. So I have I'm not going to seriously attack, so I'm going to be on ESPN or something. What's the show?
TMZ?
TMZ or something, yeah.
Or Animal Planet, I mean, you could have any number of them.
Animal Planet, you can name them all, so, yeah.
You're healthy. I know you played most of last year with the sore wheel. You are healthy. How do you feel going into the season?
No, really fantastic. Kind of playing on one leg last year was definitely frustrating in so many ways, but now I go in the off season and do my normal workouts, get my leg strength back, so I feel 100% ready to go. So I'm ready for spring training and the season start.
Do you have individual, I know you all have collective goals, but do you have individual goals that you're setting for yourself for 2015?
Yeah, hit like 50 home runs.
Yeah.
120 RBI. No, definitely. I came close last year winning the batting title. That's definitely my main goal right now. Getting close to still a 50 bag, so I'm trying to get over that hump. Came close 3 times and haven't got there yet, but I'm gonna break that hump hopefully this year and be able top of the leaders in so many categories.
It's interesting. You mentioned almost winning the batting title. I would think that is sort of a carrot that dangles out there when you're that close. You're thinking, all right, it's 162 games, but I'm going to try to do it again and see if I can get it this time.
Oh, definitely. It's just. I have a hot streak, then a cold streak, then back to a hot streak, so I was kind of going up and down, like a roller coaster ride, but, I say the ankle kind of, had some discomfort in my swing, and, it was hurting and kind of messed up my rhythm and my bats, but now I got 2 legs now, I'm healthy, and I feel like I'm able to finally, compete against those big guys, and hopefully I can bring the trophy home.
2 legs, a better
World Series trophy.
Yeah, World Series trophy. Ben Revere, everybody. Thanks, buddy. All right, now, to sort of wrap all of that up, please welcome the all-time winningest manager in Iron Pigs history, Brian Stanley.
Thank you. It's always nice to come back, especially this time of the year, and to see all the baseball fans ready with spring training right around the corner. We're going into spring training camp a lot different than last year. We're going to really look at a lot of players. We're going to evaluate our younger talent and really see who's ready to step up and possibly be one of the core players of the Phillies for the future. So I'm excited about that. I know that my staff is excited about that. And, it's needed. After last year's season, I feel like it's needed for us to go with younger players, have athletic players to create energy and exciting baseball for the Phillies fans. So I know that it's a process that we have to go through, and it's going to be a lot of fun doing that. So
I think some of the biggest things from last year, we need to work hard, that's for sure. And with young players, that's going to be a key. With the team that we're going to have, we're going to need to do the little things better than the other team, better than our opponent. We need to be better base runners, be the best base running team. We need to play defense. Looks like we're going to have the making of a veteran type of a starting rotation. That'll be quality. And of course our bullpen was one of the best in the National League last year with those guys returning. So, you know what? All in all, you never know in baseball, and I'm looking forward to going north out of spring training with the 25 best guys that fit that mold that we're doing and respond to what we're going to do in spring training camp and get everybody on the same page. And like I said, in this game, you just never know. So I'm looking forward to that challenge.
Rhino, before we let you sit down, we'll get to some more questions. What is this like as a manager preparing for a baseball season compared to being a player? I mean, obviously you don't have to work out as much, although you work out as much. But what is it like to prepare as a manager for a baseball season?
Well, you know what? I think it's first of all just being ready to organize a spring training camp. I have a wonderful and a very talented coaching staff, which obviously helped with that, and that goes a long way with organizing a structured camp. Really figuring out what we need to do each and every day, getting through those drills, and then also watching games and making adjustments. You know, I really even at the big league level, the coaching and the drills and the looking for improvement from the players never stops all the way through the season. So other than that, it'll be I'll have the task of getting a lot of action for the young players, really seeing everybody, giving them a chance, and sometimes that goes a long way. You look at David Buchanan last year, came to spring training camp, really opened up my eyes and the organization's eyes on a guy, you know, that's going to be there in a need. So that'll be a big part of looking at the young players, because to get through a baseball season, major league season, you need 30, you need 35 guys. So giving everybody the ample playing time and getting them, especially young players, getting their feet wet at the major league level will be very important.
You know, when you left the Cubs, you were iconic. Jimmy Rollins has left the Phillies. What is that like to see him go to a different team or end his time with, let's say, the Phillies? What is that going to be like for you as a manager?
Yeah, you know what? That's mixed emotions. You know, Jimmy's one of the all-time greats for the Phillies. Brought a lot to the Philadelphia Phillies as a young player, and him and his wife were outstanding off the field. But you know what? He really rose his game last year. He did everything was asked. He really took his shortstop defensive play up to a different level than the year before. His arm got better, and he was running well because he took pride in last year and really bought into to doing some things differently at his age. So really just wish him all the best with the Dodgers. And of course, with that being said, somebody will have a chance, and right now that guy would be Freddie Galvis, a chance to step in and be a guy going forward. And also, you never know, between now and spring training or now and opening day, you never know what might come Ruben's way as far as another guy at shortstop. So, you know, a lot of competition and a lot of jobs to be fought for and a lot of players to look at in the spring.
Ryan Sandberg, everybody. All right, we have been given a handful of questions. Now, here's the thing, guys. I didn't write the questions. Matt just gave them to me. So if anything is a little off kilter, Matt gave them to me. So, Ruben, the first question comes from Frank. Frank wants to know, will the team trade Cole Hamels?
He's gone. We just traded him.
Okay.
The chances, I think, are fairly slim. Obviously, we were going into a rebuilding mode this year and thinking more about along the lines of 16, 17, and 18 than we are 15, although this is an important year for us. This is a fact-finding year in a lot of ways because, as Rhino said, we're going to give some kids some opportunities. There's some people up here at this podium that are going to get opportunities to show whether they're going to be part of the core of what we want to have moving forward. Guys like Ashley and Brownie and Kenny Giles, and who's here for a brief stint, Diekman and others. There are some young players that we feel that we can build around them, and we're going to find out whether or not, in fact, those build around. That said, I think it's important for us to also keep our eyes and our ears open as far as what players can help us bring the amount of talent that's necessary to move the organization forward. Mr. Cole Hamels is one of those guys that can do two things for us. One, he can stay at the top of our rotation for the next 4 or 5 years and be a very, very important part of what we want to do, which is win come the next several years. At the same time, if there is an opportunity to, in some ways, really impact our club in other areas, it's something that at least we need to take a look at. So far, there has not been a team that stepped up to our liking, but we certainly have to keep our eyes and ears open. I would think that if we were going to handicap it, he'll probably be pitching for us versus the Boston Red Sox on opening day, but again, you never know what can happen in 2 or 3 phone calls.
Thank you, Ruben. Rhino, this one is for you. This is from Juan. Juan wants to know if you can send some tickets to table 33. I don't know if he wants tickets to a show or for a Phillies game, but he wants tickets.
That's a yes.
Okay, Juan.
Tickets to anything.
Anything you want. Do you have any baseball superstitions?
Baseball superstitions. You know what? As a player and even a manager, I think I'm more of a routine type of a guy than superstitions. I'll tend to do things the same way, just to be comfortable. But one thing I do is for my pregame lunches before the ballpark. I typically have my head down when I'm walking around the streets, and anytime I find a coin of any particular, I don't even care if it's in the middle of the intersection, I'll stop, pick up that coin, put it in my pocket, and that night I'll have it in my uniform pocket in the back. Now, of course, a nickel means more than a penny, so a nickel could be 5 runs, so I make up, play with my so a penny's a win. I mean, so nickel now, full handles, a nickel could be 5 runs, I'll take that. Now I get a quarter working. Now I can stretch that out over the whole week. I do that quite often. Not bashful about picking up a penny. That's a
All right, this question is for Ben. Ben, this is from Jeanette. Jeanette wants to know, what is your funniest baseball memory? Your funniest baseball memory?
I'll probably say, coach pitch. I hit double, my pants fell down. And I fell face planted in front of the second base, my pants down. And that's probably the embarrassing one. Or I'll say, also the Twins, I was trying to go around second, and I stumbled, somersaulted, and made it to third base. I say that's probably definitely the most embarrassing baseball moment.
I don't know.
Since they had on TV, since everybody saw it.
I was going to say, I don't know if the first one was televised, if Coach Pitch was televised, but I know that the Twins one was televised.
By my mom with the camera. So I found it, I threw it away like 5 years ago, so it's clear.
All right, our next question is for Darren. Darren, Howard wants to know, what do you think about the left field fence being moved in 13 feet at Coca-Cola Park?
Yeah, so we were, I was talking with Diesel about this earlier, and I thought it was a great idea, and then David over here chimed in the conversation and proceeded to tell us why it's the worst idea ever. But, you know, it depends on, I'm glad this question was for me, because I think it's a great idea. If you pose the same question to a pitcher, they'd probably think it was the worst idea ever. But, yeah, you know, they should bring fences in anywhere. Make it more.
I was going to say, it shouldn't only be secluded to Coca-Cola Park.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next question for David is not about the fences. It is what was it like to pitch in the major leagues for the first time last year?
It was definitely a dream come true. That's something that I'm sure if there's any young guys out here, I always saw a few during pictures. That's something you dreamed about since you were a kid. Everybody at this table had the same, same opinion when they made their debut. But my family was there. They all traveled up. I had friends, I had my high school coaches. To be there in a professional ballpark in front of the greatest fans in sports, and it was a very humbling experience. That's something that I worked for since I was a kid, and to be able to do it at home in Citizens Bank, I can't really explain how blessed I felt to be there and have my family share that moment with me. It was a dream come true.
One of the funny moments last year on TV, we had a chance to talk to David's dad, and we asked him about whether he could hit or not, and David was about to go up to the plate, and he goes, well, we're fixing to find out if he can hit.
Terrible answer. Terrible.
All right, our next question is going to be over at this end of the table. It's for the architect. Scott, how difficult is it to make trades with salary clauses, incentive bonuses, etc.?
You definitely need to refer this one to Ruben, but we have found that...
we wanted to get you involved.
Well, I appreciate that. He's the one that's doing the heavy lifting in that area, but we've probably come to the point where we are not going to be including any no trade or assignment bonuses or anything. The one thing that did happen this year with Jimmy and Chase, they both were with the club for an extended period of time and obtained 10 and 5 rights. And those rights, they're automatically no trade. And so it was part of the process in trading Jimmy was talking to him and getting him involved in the discussion about what was best for him and what was best for the Phillies. And to his credit, Jimmy was extremely cooperative and understood the situation we're in, and we wish him well in Los Angeles.
All right. Steve, our next question comes from Rick. Rick wants to know, he's happy that you're well. Steve was in an accident last year and is doing tremendous. Yeah, it's great to see that.
Thank you.
He also wants to know, how do you focus when you stand between two fields? I guess he means down in Clearwater, or maybe it's from AA to AAA. How do you focus on the players and the difference of the players?
Well, really, it's in our morning meetings. As we're putting clubs together, we're starting to talk about certain players. So you're picking out certain players, and you know where they're at while they're playing those games. So you kind of look at both sides. You know where those players are playing. So it gives you a little bit of idea where to look. Then there's some great plays that happen, or somebody's really pitching well or swinging the bat well. But it's basically what we talk about in our morning meeting before we get started. It gives us that edge.
All right. Our next question comes from Michaela, and it's for Kurt. Kurt, you can get the microphone. Michaela's got a very important question. Michaela wants to know, can we have male acrobats next year?
I'm not sure how to answer that.
Well, you can just say yes if you want, but...
We're all about doing what the fans want, Michaela.
All right, we'll go back over to this table. 2 more questions, Ruben. We'll put them together into one. The first part of this is, will Chase Utley retire as a Philly? And is Dominic Brown healthy for 2015?
I'll answer the second question first. Yes, Dominic is healthy. Clearly with the trade of Marlon Byrd, we're going to slide. That's the plan right now, after having talked with Rhino about it, the plan right now is to get Dominic back to his natural place in right field again. What's important, I think, for Dominic, people always kind of focus on what have you done for me lately, and that's clearly the world we live in now. But Dominic was one of the best prospects in all of baseball. He came to the big leagues, he came up and down. We kind of bounced him around a little bit, kind of did him a little bit of a disservice early in his career because we had a need at the major league level. We're trying to win during those periods of in 2011, etc. I think that what Dominic Brown is, we'll find out. But he does have the ability. We know that he has played well enough to be an all-star at the major league level, which is a tremendous feat. He has the ability to drive the ball and have success. I know that he's had success as a defensive outfielder in the early part of his career, particularly in the minor leagues. And I think he'll feel more comfortable there. He does have things to work on. But Dominic Brown can be a force on our club. A lot of it depends on whether he can make the adjustments, the appropriate adjustments that need to be made to be a everyday major league player. It is not easy to do that. As many of us here know, I wasn't able to be an everyday major league player. We have one Hall of Famer, and obviously Ben Revere is now an everyday player. But it's not easy, and the consistency that's necessary to do that, it's tough to find. We're going to give Dominic Brown every opportunity to do that because he has the ability. It's whether or not he can put it together.
And Chase Utley, question about?
Yeah, as far as Chase is concerned, I'd like to think that he'd be a Philadelphia for life, a Philadelphia Philly for life, but that's not necessarily the case. Again, as Scott alluded to earlier, he is a 10-5 player, but again, much in the same way that we have to keep our eyes and ears open on Cole Hamels and other players, it's also important for us to keep our eyes and ears open on Chase Utley. Now, Chase, I know he doesn't want to go anywhere. That said, he may get to the point where, one, I have a club that may end up having enough interest in him for us to consider moving him, and two, Chase may have some interest in that club. That may never happen, but I think it behooves us, and I think it's important as a steward of the organization to consider that if we have to, and we are thinking more long-term, if we can improve our club long-term, we'll have to consider everything.
Ruben, thank you, guys. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Guys, thank you very much. We appreciate it very much. Back over to you. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it very much.
Another round of applause for Tom McCarthy. All right, again, a lot of thanks for this event. The Phillies have been tremendous in all 8 of these that we've now had as an organization. Great job by the Iron Pigs, especially the community relations trio that Kurt recognized earlier. But before we go, we have the bacon count. And if any of you were at the ballpark a year ago when Charlie Manuel was out, which was a lot, many times, he loved this particular version of the Iron Pigs cap. So much so that when we have a bobblehead later on in the year for Charlie in his honor, he'll be wearing this bacon cap. So now, you guys as our guests tonight, Ruben, Rhino, Ben, Darren, Dave, you have the bacon cap. Yeah. Now remember, National Pig Day this year, our annual celebration will be on Saturday, March 7th. Mark it on your calendars. The season starts a week later. We're going on Saturday, March 7th. Come on out to Coca-Cola Park. Hopefully the weather will be better than what it's been the last couple of weeks. And then we want better weather, of course, as we open up exhibition game on April 7th. That's a Tuesday against the Red and White Phils. And then Thursday, opening day at Coca-Cola Park against the Pawtucket Red Sox. One last go Iron Pigs, everybody.